Former U.S. President Donald Trump won't testify at his impeachment trial next week. His lawyers made that clear today. As for one of Trump's biggest backers, the House of Representatives has now voted to remove Marjorie Taylor Greene from her committee assignments. Let's bring in our Washington Bureau Chief Jackson Proskow. Jackson, how significant is that?
Well, Robin, this is unprecedented that they would take steps like this against a member of Congress, but it comes as the Republican Party grapples with the role of conspiracy theorists in its own ranks and the lingering influence of former President Trump.
I was allowed to believe things that weren't true.
Seeking distance from her own well-established beliefs, Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene made a defiant plea, but offered no apology.
Will we allow the media that is just as guilty as QAnon of presenting truth and lies to divide us?
Greene's tumultuous first month in office has been defined by her years spent promoting conspiracy theories, from QAnon to bizarre anti-Semitic claims about space lasers.
Why are you supporting red flag gun laws that attack our Second Amendment rights?
She harassed survivors of school shootings and claimed the tragedies were staged.
And you have nothing to say.
Do you have any regrets?
In the weeks following the storming of the Capitol, calls for Greene to face consequences have only grown louder.
She claims that Speaker Pelosi is guilty of treason and then says, quote, "It's a crime punishable by death is what treason is. Nancy Pelosi is guilty of treason."
We denounce anything that we've seen that was said in that past.
And when Republicans refused to strip Greene of her committee assignments, Democrats decided to use their majority to do it. All the while, Greene has used the controversy to fundraise, with the continued support of former President Donald Trump.
I think what it says is that people think they can win elections by using this messaging.
This former Republican congressman sees dangerous days ahead. In a closed-door caucus meeting on Wednesday, it was Republican Liz Cheney, not Greene, who came under fire because of Cheney's support for impeaching Trump.
I just don't think you're going to see a whole lot of accountability for the awfulness on January 6th with leaders who spread disinformation.
As Republicans claim Greene shouldn't be punished for her conduct before she was elected, they're also preparing to argue that a now former president can't be punished for his conduct while in office.
Despite Trump's refusal to testify before the Senate impeachment trial next week, it is still possible he may face a subpoena from the Senate for his testimony. It's also just as likely that they'll use his refusal to speak as evidence against him as that impeachment trial gets underway next week, Robin.
Jackson Proskow in Washington. Thanks, Jackson.